Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm so excited because we have yet another guest and she comes from our Intern Queen network. So we're here today with Alexa Orr. Hi Alexa.
Hi.
And Alexa, explain to everybody exactly what you do at Disney.
So at Disney, I work in soft lines licensing, and when you license something, it means that you're licensing the intellectual property for that company. The best example I can give you is if you want to put Mickey Mouse on a shoe, then we would work with you to figure out which version of Mickey Mouse you're going to put on that shoe, when you're going to put it on the shoe, when the shoe is going to be available, where it's going to be available, and why you're going to do the collection.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And licensing feels like such a niche part of the, I guess, marketing world. How did you know that you wanted to be in licensing? Like, if for all the people watching, how would they know if they want to work in a field like this?
So I honestly didn't know what licensing was until I talked to a friend who was working in licensing at Disney, and they basically explained to me that when you're working in licensing, you get to hit all aspects of business. So you get to negotiate, you get to be part of finance, you get to be part of marketing, you get to be part of creative, so you get to do a little bit of everything. And I think because of that, that's why I was so excited to be part of licensing, because I never really knew exactly what it was that I wanted to do. So having a little bit of experience in all of it has been amazing, and I think that the best thing for anybody who's interested in licensing to do would be to look up licensees and licensors online and learn a little bit about those companies so you can understand really what their brand means to them and what licensees or licensors they like to work with.
And Disney is a dream job to so many Intern Queen fans. So what is it like? Like, tell us maybe a day in your life working at Disney.
So working for Disney absolutely was one of my dreams, and still is a dream every single day, working for the mouse, as we say. And every day when we get in, we check our emails, get caught up for the day. Most people we're working with are in New York. And then we have usually 4 to 5 meetings a day to go over either collections or franchise opportunities or new and exciting collaborations we're working on. And then we have staff meetings and meetings with our other teams, like our contracts teams and our finance teams. And so it's important to meet with all of those teams often. So I think that pretty much every day is just meeting with other people and making sure the ball's still rolling.
And what's the best part of your job or your day-to-day?
The best part is watching something come into fruition. So for example, we're working on our Mickey's 90th campaign right now, and we just launched it a couple of weeks ago at Disneyland. Our apparel team just worked on a collaboration with opening ceremony and actually did a fashion show in Disneyland, which was amazing.
Cool.
You can look it up online. And I think going to something like that and realizing that what we're doing behind the scenes really makes a huge difference. I think that's the most exciting moment, when you see the responses to the collections and collaborations we're working on.
And so you have this cool job that's, I think, a dream job to so many people watching. Just tell us how you went from college to career, and if you want to mention Intern Queen and how that played a part too. I love that.
Absolutely. So in college, I was really focused on getting internships because I wasn't necessarily sure where I wanted to live or what I wanted to do. So while I was interning at Stars, I actually was Googling all these people to learn about internships from, or ways to get really cool internships, and Lauren came up. So I called her on my way home from work one day, and I think I scheduled an interview with somebody who was taking calls for you at the time, and I was so nervous because she called me back the next day and talked to me about it, and I realized it was actually her on the phone, and I had a little bit of like a starstruck moment because I was like, oh my god, she's actually calling me. So I ended up becoming an Intern Queen campus ambassador for Colorado State, where I went to school, and stayed in touch with Lauren throughout the entire time, and she helped me look for other internships, and I ended up working at 17 for a little while, and then Viacom for a little while, and then after I graduated, I talked to Lauren about moving to Los Angeles, and she connected me with a plethora of people out here, which was absolutely amazing. And I ended up going the startup route and taking a job with a tech startup in the South Bay. And I think it was an amazing experience because I got to learn how to do a little bit of everything. When you're working for a startup, you're on a very small team. So you have the opportunity to have the experiences you wouldn't have maybe until much later in your career, much sooner. And after I realized that I had had an amazing time there, but was more ready for something a little bit more corporate and wanted to return to the entertainment industry, I started asking around, and I ended up talking to a former campus ambassador who knew somebody who worked at Disney, and that's how I ended up applying for the job here at Disney, and here I am now.
And I love what you said about just telling people what you want to do and
Absolutely.
putting it out there and seeing who might have a different idea or opportunity for you. And it took a little while, but you got there, and how cool now that you're working at Disney. So I love that. For everybody watching who might also want to work at Disney or apply for an internship at Disney, what path do you recommend for them?
I highly recommend applying online for anything and everything that could possibly interest you. I always say just say yes to anything, because you never know what could be something that you really fall in love with. And our programs, we offer programs while you're still in college, and then postgraduate programs as well. Don't be afraid of a postgraduate internship, because so many of my coworkers did the postgraduate internship rather than going directly into the workforce afterward, and they loved it. So I think just applying online and trying, LinkedIn stalk people. Send them messages.
Yeah, I love that. And so if you guys have any questions for Alexa, please put them in the comments below. We can always give Alexa a ring and see if she can answer them for you. But Alexa, thanks so much for being here and lending your knowledge to our Intern Queen family.
Of course. Thanks so much.
Yeah.